Everybody, hope everyone is having a great week so far. Had a wonderful holiday weekend and all that good stuff. So, yes, your sub bucks do go toward miniatures that we will be working on building tonight. Yeah, that's the way it works. I told you, technical difficulties, and by technical difficulties, I mean difficulties with my kitchen appliances while I was trying to prepare some food. So, as you guys know, we have been working on our spring-themed Syenann. This is our progress from the previous stream that we did. I have polled some people and talked to some people, got some input on some stuff, and this miniature is reading a little bit like spring, but a little bit like winter. I think the best description I got of it was winter moving into spring, and that's not quite the vibe that I wanted for it to feel. So, we have a plan, but we're going to need to do some stuff to get there. So, color scheme wise, the biggest thing that's making this read as winter for people are the blue pants. Now, I know there's some purple in the blue, but it's still a very cold blue, and we want to move that to something a little bit warmer. So the plan is going to be that I'm going to mix a new color that is more green than blue, but still have blue in it, and then go from there for the pants. Everything else seems like it's going good. But in order to help sell the spring vibe, we have some grass tufts here. And I'm only going to be using the yellow ones on this. But also, I have some of these. They're like larger flowers. And I'm going to use the purple ones. These are similar to grass tufts, because the grass tufts have like a little sticky bottom that you can just like press it into the base. But as you can tell, these are kind of tall, right? They're almost like half the height of our miniature. So what I'm going to have to do with these is I'm going to peel them off. I'm going to make a new dot of super glue, and then we're going to split these into smaller tufts that are shorter, because I'm going to cut them halfway at like half height. So we're going to make effectively purple and yellow grass tufts. And then those will go on the base. Another thing, I also have a fun little set of sunflowers. We may use it on this one, we may not, we'll see. Because I do have other miniatures that are going to be in the spring color theme. Also, to help sell the spring vibe, I purchased some stuff that we were waiting for in the mail, which is why we didn't stream last week, but also I just had a fucking super long, well, not a long week. I had a long weekend, and the long weekend turned into a 2-day work week that just made it me like, man, I really don't want to stream. I just kind of want to feel like I'm continuing my 5-day weekend, and then we'll dive back in next week. But we now have those things that we were waiting for in the mail. I'm going to share those with you guys. Maybe you guys can help me make some decisions on which ones we're going to use. So I ordered some basing bits. So these are resin, 3D printed resin miniature bits. Sorry. Used for basing. So we bought, they had a special where you buy 4 packs and you got it at a discount. So instead of just buying like the 1 or 2 that I was looking at, I bought 4 to use for future stuff. So we bought some rune rocks and way markers. So there's like stacks of rocks and then rocks that have like runes carved into them that you can do like glowing effects and stuff on. So those will be fun. Don't know where we're going to use them, but we'll use them eventually. We bought some brambles of vines, which can easily be used on our wood elves in Syenann. Maybe in the summer themed one, we'll see. And then these 2 are what we bought for the spring theme. So let's pull them out. Mossy rocks. Nope, I got the wrong thing in the order because I didn't order the runestone ones. Runes, way markers. Brambles, mossy rocks, orchids, and oxtails. Okay. Oh, okay. So yes, these are the mossy rocks. So they're like little rocks that have moss and flowers and other plant life on them. So, ooh, that's fun. I like that one. Oop. Those stuck together. They sure are. That's another pretty one. Same thing. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's get a pair of tweezers out so that, and also let's bring this in so that we can focus a little bit more on what we're doing. Is that in focus? Can you guys see that? We need to go just a smidge closer. There we go. Okay. Oops. So I like that one. That one's real pretty. These are also okay. So yeah, these are definitely gonna help pull the mossy or the spring theme together with all the little flowers and stuff. The only problem is that we did all of these roots on the base, so we don't have a whole lot of room to place these. So these might work, they might not work. They could also potentially be used for future miniatures. So these are the mossy rocks. So standouts that I like are is there only one of those? Interesting. So that's only one of that. So they send a variety. So these are these bits come from a company called Epic Basing. Here, let me also maybe position my microphone a little bit. I don't know if you guys can hear me when I'm looking down at my desk talking. So these are from a company called Epic Basing. And I really like these. These have a really good vibe to them for what we're looking to do. Also that one. So we have options. We might use one of them in the on this miniature, only because we're gonna do grass tufts and stuff. But we could do less grass tufts. And have a mixture of tufts and these resin bits. And then we also have orchids and oxtails. So these are little patches of orchids for me to attach to the miniature. How well we can see that. So yeah, so it has like 3 or 4 blossoms of orchids on it. And realistically, the thought process with these, so we have the orchids, and then we have the oxtails, which are like little ground flowers as well that we can put on. So I might do a combination of like a couple of the oxtails. I could even attach these onto the tree. Right, like kind of like that, just so that we get a little bit more foliage on the model itself, like pieces up here like this. So I like that. Now, whatever we decide on to put on the miniature tonight, oh, look at all those extra supports that didn't get taken away. I'm gonna need a really sharp pair of really sharp X-Acto knife to get these off of here. And hopefully not break anything, because these are fragile. Okay, I think now I can twist it away. There it goes. Still a little bit left. So, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to include some of these orchids on the miniature, but I don't know where I want to include them. So let's single out some stuff and see where we want to put things. We got all sorts of goodies here. So I think we're going to do one of the mossy rocks. See where we can fit that on the base. Like right here looks really good. Maybe this one. Right? So whatever we pick to go on the miniature tonight, we're going to put some primer on it, and then we're going to let the primer dry, because it needs like 24 to 48 hours for the primer to set. Yeah, I like that right there. That looks nice. Okay. These tweezers aren't doing it for me. Switch to a different pair. Okay, that looks nice. Let's find another one of those little guys. And I think as far as the orchids go, I think we're going to put the orchids like on the tree itself. Like that's really big. How many orchids do we have? There's lots of the little oxtails. Ooh, there's a nice small one. Okay, let's separate the orchids and the oxtails. Oh no, we lost a little flower. I'm sure we'll find a spot for it. Okay, so these are the oxtails, and these are the orchids. I'm gonna mess with my camera again, because I can't ever seem to let it do its thing. Configure video, camera, autofocus, okay. That's better. Okay. So I think I want to use a couple of the smaller orchids. Alright, so we're done with mossy rocks. I think we're just going to use the one mossy rock. But I do like those. I will definitely have to use them in the future for the bases. On the spring and stuff. Nice. Cold food. So what do we think, chat? We're gonna do what, like 2 orchids? And then maybe 2 of the oxtails? Yeah, I like this little one. The question is, where do we tie the orchids in? Because they're all kind of going upright. And orchids don't always grow in an upright position. In fact, most of the time they don't. They grow like downward. But all of the flowers are facing upward. We can do it to the side. What if we flip this? That would look pretty. Okay, now we're cooking. What we got here? We might have to chop that up a little bit. Okay. I think I've got a good direction on the orchids. So oxtails, we're going to use this one and set it on the base around here. Let's try for a little bit bigger of a cluster on this one. I like that. Right, if we put another one like right here, that could work. I almost think we do 3 of the oxtails. This doesn't really fit in here, does it? I don't really have a flat surface to glue it to either. Yeah, I guess that works. That's probably the best that I'm going to get. The best spot for it that I'm going to get. Okay. 2, 3, and then... Come on. Just stay in place for me for a little bit. Like the little one. Maybe put this one like by your feet over here. This is gonna be there. Yeah, I think we do 3 of the oxtails. 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 down underneath here. And then we'll do 2 of the orchids. Oh, I missed a mossy rock. So then we'll do 2 of the orchids connecting like either on the top of the branch here. There we go. Like going downward like this. Oops, not in frame. Going downward like this. And then maybe the single one will point down. Right, so point the single one going downward, connecting onto the edge of the branch. Come on. There it goes. Kind of like that. Yay, autofocus. And then the second set, connecting like here. Or maybe like going upward. So I'm gonna have to play with it. But I think we have the ones that we want picked out. So then we're gonna put the rest away in a baggie. And then prime the ones that we picked. And then while that primer is setting, we'll move on to building some of our other Syenann models. Oh, look how pretty that is. Like, those are so delicate. I foresee lots of broken bits in my future. Okay. And now all of, actually, I should have separated my orchids and my oxtails. Let me do that real quick. Orchids in one bag, oxtails in another. Jesus. I'm almost afraid to like grab onto these because they seem so fragile. That's an oxtail. Okay. Or an orchid. Whatever. And then these guys will go in this baggie. I almost wish I could order just the orchids from this company, because like I'll put those on fucking everything. I love orchids. They're so pretty. One of the most fickle fucking plants ever. But if you can get them to grow, then they just grow and grow and grow. Okay. Bits storage, where are you? All of my mini bits and pieces. I also have these that I thought about, but they didn't really scream summer to me, or they didn't scream forest. They're more they seem more like jungle or tropical climate. Very much like where we live. But these are, of course, there's no flowers on them. Same company, but these are birds of paradise. So, like, super fine resin 3D printed plants to use in your basing. Like, that leaf is so thin you can literally see through it. It's freaking wild. But, like, I have a whole baggie of these and nothing to use them on. These would have been fantastic when I painted the Great Jaguarus, and I would have 100% used them. Katrina, I don't disagree with you that birds of paradise would be good for summer, but these are wood elves, not jungle elves. If I were trying to paint them more in like a jungle theme, then I'd 100% do birds of paradise. But the like wood elf, oak forest aesthetic of these models doesn't quite fit the same vibe as like a jungle forest or tropical forest climate. Like rainforest is very different than like oak forest. So like the types of plants that can grow in those climates are very different. And I know, who fucking cares? It's a fantasy universe and all make-believe, but you know, sometimes as a world builder, that stuff kind of bothers me when it's not coherent. Of course I care. I care about dumb stuff all the time. Okay. Let's get some primer out. Hey, why are you moving? You're not supposed to move. You're supposed to move the bottle of paint. Using my vortex mixer and it's slipping around all over the desk. It's like the rubber feet on the bottom make it so that you're not supposed to move around. And yet it is. Okay. Ba-dum-bum. Tasty. Dried paint. Tasty. Boop. That should be more than enough. And let's see. Where are we putting our unfinished or our waiting to dry? Here, we'll put them all in this. That way I can't lose them. Because, man, these things are fucking tiny. I don't even have a brush cup or a rinse cup. Hold, please. Okay. I apologize. I'm trying to eat some of my food in between talking to you all. Oh, that tea is a perfect temperature. Okay. We're going to do this very carefully. Be very, very careful to not break the tiny resin bits. Also, Skylar, love the crab that you painted last night. Looks real good. And what was that second miniature you were working on? It was a fire giant? right? His sword was looking super cool. You had what appeared to be a pretty nice transition between your yellow and your orange. I'm just like, who's this guy doing fucking blends on his beginner miniatures? Fucking improving there, bud. Excited to see it. Oh yeah, so you took it easy on the local competition, huh? You didn't want to make anybody feel bad with your frost giant. Yeah, that the case? You're just a giver. That is honestly not too far from the truth. You give your time and energy to a whole lot of people, but also you give a whole lot of your moolah because of the incredible trip that you took me on for my bachelor party. Thank you so much. This included, because hell yeah. Two down. Let's paint our rock. That'll probably go quicker than the other ones. Oh god. I mean, I need a different pair of tweezers. Maybe I lied. Oh god. That's not working out. We're just gonna hold this one. It's big enough. I get paints all over my thingies. Oh no. I got fucking supports on there still.
Did you just say fingies?
I did. Fuck. Don't judge me.
No, I just saw a video on Instagram where a woman kept saying like Cheeto dust on her fingies, and I was like, I hate the word fingies, and I'm so glad I don't know anybody that uses it. I've never heard you say fingies before.
Listen, I'm kind of goofy tonight, and I don't know why.
You, out of nowhere, like it's like destiny mocking me.
I'm very sorry, my love. Fire giant. Heck yeah. Spooky? I don't think he's spooky. I think your fire giant looks fucking cool.
Whatever. What are the speakers look like?
Kitty wants to know what your fire giant's fingies look like. Hopefully they're covered in Cheeto dust. Plump. Fuck.
Showed thingies.
Yep, we're just gonna keep throwing this piece of terrain all around my desk and be surprised when it breaks. How is everybody's week going so far? I am back to working my nice long 10-hour days, and let me tell you, it's rough. As well as my company instituting some weird, dumb new rules that I'm gonna have to follow. It's been a week. Oh god. Get back here. Fuck. Just can't break, it's getting nudged. I'm making first aid kits because I should probably have some. How often I trip and get injured. Oh gosh. Yeah, please try not to injure yourselves, chat. I already have to deal with one accident-prone person in my life. I don't need to deal with more.
What do you mean by
I'm obviously talking about the person born on the unluckiest day of the year. My dad.
that?
All the terrible things that have happened on his birthday. Instructions unclear. I am now bleeding. Hopefully, it's just a minor cut. Otherwise, I hope you know how to tie a tourniquet. Okay. I think maybe I need a bigger brush than this. I thought this one was going to be fine, but turns out it's not. Just another paper cut. Well, that's good. Although paper cuts suck. They sting like hell. Last one. Skylar has Savannah started working on her super secret project that she bought over our trip. Fuck. Okay. If I, yeah, that's fair. Oh, I got bumped up to a PG-13 stream.
You've probably, or we have probably said too many cuss words.
Probably dropped the F-bomb too many times.
Sorry.
That's okay. So now that I've satisfied the painting part of my painting stream, I know we did so much of it. We're gonna build some miniatures that go with my Syenann army. I'm gonna put these up here to dry and set and be out of the way. Guess I don't need that box anymore. We're gonna work on these guys. The Syenann Clouded. Can you guess why I bought them? Roll off. It's such a big box for only 2 miniatures. It's wild. Two miniatures and a data card. Oh, that's the French or the Spanish version. There we go. English. Also, Katrina, where does it show you that the stream went to PG-13? Oh, it doesn't. Okay. I mean, I feel like that's just most of Twitch in general, is that like people use this platform because they don't want to have to worry about censoring themselves. That's right. I'm sure if there's any kids that end up watching my stream, they've heard worse from their parents. Okay. So we have two miniatures to put together here. One is really easy to put together, and the other one is not. So I think we're going to start with the easy one, and then move to the hard one. Just so that I have something to show for my time of working on things tonight. Excuse me while I jump up yet again. Okay. Oh, you didn't miss much other than us talking about the fact that my stream was not for sensitive ears by dropping the F-bomb too many times. But other than that, you've missed that we're getting ready to put together some fancy elves that have some awesome pet kitty cats. I don't know if these are lions or some kind of like panther. They're wild looking. They got like weird elemental energy flowing off of them and stuff. Like I feel like they're supposed to be like panthers. That's kind of the vibe I get. With like weird magical energy. So, let's see, that's the one we just prepped. This is the other one. Oh, I hate when I do that. Man, I really hope that some asshole isn't intentionally setting off fireworks to scare away the ducks in our pond.
They're not.
Okay. Most major defects are gone off that. That's fine. Let's see. I think I need a new X-Acto blade. Probably some sanders. There we go, sanding sticks. So, previously, I've talked to you guys about the difference in Corvus Belli miniature plastics. So Warcrow, where is that other box? Warcrow uses two different types of material for their miniatures. The first type is called Ceocast, and it is designed to be a flexible plastic akin to like a Reaper Bones miniature. And then, but Ceocast has awful, like, it, in my opinion, it's an awful material to work with because mold lines and flashing and stuff like that aren't easily removed. Like, you have to have an extremely sharp, extremely precise X-Acto knife, like here. So the guys that we're painting, right, these are Ceocast. So like, I can bend this bow, right, like, woo, who cares, and it just kind of snaps right back. So like, Ceocast is great for the fact that it is bendable. Oh, nice. Except it chipped away all of my fucking primer right there, so that's fun. So it's a flexible material, right? It's not brittle, but the details and stuff on it are a little softer than some of the hard plastics. Oh God. But the problem with that is that the details is softer than some of the harder plastics, but also, like, if you've got mold lines and burrs and stuff on the sprues, then they are almost impossible to get rid of. Like, they take so much extra time and effort to remove the mold lines and to remove the extra flashing from the molds, that like working on those 4 models for the Syenann probably took me what, like an hour. Like, it took a so the entire starter set that I bought, the Combat Patrol, probably took me like 4 or 5 hours or more to get them all cleaned up and put together. And because it's not actual plastic, you can't use plastic glue on it. You have to use super glue. The other material that they use is this wonderful stuff called Unicore. So this is a far harder plastic. You can sand it, you can shave it, you can cut it. It is a little more brittle than the Ceocast, but these things out of the mold, like this out of the mold, it's near perfect. Like, there's a little bit of a mold line here on the tail and on the like rock or tree stump. There's a tree, the tree stump. But other than that, like, this thing is immaculate out of the mold, and I have to do almost nothing to it. There we go. There's some mold lines down here at the joint and like on the back side and the underside, but like, who's really looking at that? Because once you glue that thing down to the base, you're never gonna see that. Like, even if you pick it up and flip it over, you're gonna be like, oh, you missed a mold. Oh, no, you're good. Like, you can't even see the mold line. Oh, there we go. There's right down in here, we can see some. But it's not. Can I get that to focus? There we go. It's not too bad. You can see it on the leaf, like right there. But other than that, like, thing's damn near perfect. Little piece of flashing. Yeah. Tweezers. So the amount that I have to do to these things is so minuscule that it's worth taking that little bit of extra time. And also, like, look how easy that was. I cleared that mold line with one little cut, and it's gone. So Ceocast is supposed to more closely imitate resin. I think, or not Ceocast, the Unicore, what we're working with right now. Unicore is designed to more closely resemble a resin. How do you, oh, there we go. Foot fits in right there. Okay. And then the arm just fits in the other slot. So, and resin is known notoriously for having higher detail, being a more fine material, because like the level of detail in this model is phenomenal. Like, there's so much detail on that. And that's literally just one piece that came out of the box like that. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to put anything together on it. I just gotta glue one arm into the fucking socket right there. And like, there's a single mold line here going across his chest. But that's it. Like, I don't see anything anywhere else that needs to be cleaned up. There's a little bit of flash in some spots, but it just pulls off with tweezers. So yeah, I wish all of the Corpus Belli miniatures that aren't metal were unicorn, because it's just a really nice material to work with. That said, Corpus Belli, please don't discontinue your metal miniatures. I love your metal miniatures, and if this game were metal, I would be even happier with it than I already am. But I know that apparently they're trying to move away from producing their miniatures in metal because the price of tin went up and it's no longer like affordable or whatever. But the reason I got into Corpus Belli games was because Infinity is made with metal miniatures. Okay, I think that's good. Let's see if we can clean this mold line up on his torso. Without ruining the model. Keep it in frame. The paintbrush. Where are my super overpriced files? That's the one we want. I think that's good. What a weird looking weapon. Looks like an ice pick. Or what is it, a pitten? The things you use for like ice climbing and rock climbing.
There's an airport in Daytona Beach.
I thought you knew that.
No.
I think there's also a small one in the Speedway, technically. You can take like small aircraft into it. Okay. So I think this is ready to get glued together, all 3 of its pieces. So because Unicore works a lot like resin, also you can't use plastic glue on it, so you gotta use super glue. Nice, that slots right in there. Ooh, I missed some flash. I feel like there should be a piece that goes right here. Man, that is a tenuous little connection on that foot. Once we glue this down, orchid. What's an orchid, Katrina? Are you saying add orchids onto the base for this? Oh, in the spot where I feel like a part is supposed to go there. Oh no. Crap. I thought something was fishy about this guy's... the connection. I missed a burr on the underside of his foot. That's the last thing you want in your foot, is a burr. Okay. The spot that I pointed out where I was like, man, I feel like there should be a part here, you're talking about putting an orchid there. That is an idea, and I don't hate it. And these don't have directional markers, so I think we just plop her on there. Try not to make a mess. I guess I'm gonna have to hold that down till the glue sets. Yeah, that's weird. I feel like there should be a part right there, but also we've got a big open spot up here, and I know there's no parts that go with that, so I don't know. I don't think I'm missing any pieces. So we'll let that set, and then we'll work on getting this one put together. Also, Katrina, I don't know whether or not I want to put an orchid on that or not, because I don't know what season I'm going to do for these guys yet. And the season heavily determines, like, the basing material and stuff like that I'm going to put on it. But I do like the idea of putting an orchid there. could add some in. That piece looks good. Lots of little thin pieces of flash. How's that going? Right there? Oh, okay. So this has a piece that needs to be cut away. Where are my stems? Right in front of my face. A little bit more. Okay. That should fit in there perfect now. Ah, like it was made to go there. I feel like it's supposed to touch the base like that, or if it's supposed to be floating. I think it looks better if it's touching. Yeah. Okay. So that's asking for trouble. So this goes into the side. Oh no. I had a little piece break off of the little ghosty flame stuff. This also needs to be trimmed. This one has a lot of burrs on it that have to be cut away in order for everything to fit together nice and flush. There's another one. Jesus. Got the dropsies. No, they're burrs because on like the sections like this is where it like slots in onto the model, right? So like that's a slot. I don't know where it's supposed to, like, maybe it's right here. There it goes. Right. So like these, the little things sticking off the bottom are fit into the holes on the model for it to fit into. And if it's not flush, then it's gonna stick up from the edge of it and it's not gonna fit together right. Like, yeah, that one goes there. And then this is the tail, right? Like this is, like this right here is a burr because the tail is supposed to be like smooth and thin and it's supposed to have like a nice curved line. And you can see that flat spot randomly right there. Like that's not supposed to be there. So that has to get like shaved off so that it still has the curved shape of the tail that it's supposed to. And just like that, it's mostly smooth. And that's another thing, Katrina. I don't know if these are flames, right? It's almost like smoke or like some kind of mist coming off of them, or magic or something. Like I don't really know what it is, but it looks cool as hell. And I'm excited to figure out how to paint it when I finally do get to painting these. These models were one of the reasons that, like, I picked this faction, because, let's be real, I get to play Danger Kitties and Elves at the same time. Sign me up. I have no idea if they're popular. There is not a very big following in the area for this game. There's a few people that play it at the store that I bought it at, but it's definitely not like the primary game people play. I bought it because I thought the models were cool. Because somebody else was like, I'd paint some of those if you bought them. And I was like, okay. She just gave me the last reason I needed to justify spending the money on it. But of course, these were not part of the base set. I saw these after the fact and was very excited when they were announced for this faction. Oh, that was a lot of glue. Oh god, that was way too much glue. Oh, I erred. Awesome. Well, maybe, oh, fudge. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll have to wait for that to dry and then try to shave that off of there. Forgot how fast this glue comes out sometimes. It's also why you glue the pin and not the hole. I will be able to see it as much once I paint it, because it adds texture onto the side of the model that isn't supposed to be there, and I'm 100% going to notice it. And then the whole time I'm painting, I'd be like, yeah, I messed up there, and I now have to work harder in my painting to make it invisible. The bright side with this super glue in particular is that it sets really fast. So I actually should be good to try to clean this up right now. It is a very thin super glue, and it dries pretty quick.
Hey Google, turn off the kitchen.
Danger kitty with a scar. Maybe that would actually be a fun way to hide it. If I manage to make everything, like not get everything off, I think that it would be a good way to hide my mistake with paint. But it looks like I'm able to mostly get this cleaned up. Barely notice. Okay. Oh. Now the fun part, joining my two pieces together. And just a little dot. There we go. Yeah, I think the part that frustrates me the most about that is that, like, I like the sculpt and the posing of the, I'm just gonna call them panthers, the panther on this model more than I like the pose of the panther on this model. So like, I'm most likely gonna end up wanting to play this one more often, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to play them both all the time. So like if I have to pick only one, it's gonna be this one because it's way cooler. Does that stand? Wow, and it basically stands on its own. There's probably too much glue on the bottom, but I don't care. Okay, let's see. How fast does this thing move? 3, 3. Cavalry, elf, Syenann, preferred terrain, rugged forest, scout. Attack, 1 red and 2 oranges. Wow, okay. Place yourself 12 inches. When you engage during your activation, the enemy unit receives the disarmed state. If you don't have line of sight toward you at the beginning of your activation. Oh wow, okay. That's pretty freaking awesome. Camouflage, no line of sight, target all enemy units further than 7 strides. If you are within 3 strides of any terrain element, target cannot draw a line of sight to you. That's pretty good. Three wounds.
Hi, cutie.
See, I don't fully understand all of the stats. I've done one demo game for this, and it was fun, but I haven't done enough of it to memorize like how everything on the card works. But 1 red and 2 orange for the attack, and not very good defense. 2 greens and 2 blacks, which I don't think are super strong. So really good at attacking, but not good at defense. But there we have it, our 2 Syenann Clouded, all built and ready for me to figure out how the heck I'm going to paint them. And then once I determine what season, I'll determine basing bits and stuff like that. I do like the idea of like orchids or something coming off the backside of this Katrina. I might do that in a couple places if this one becomes like a summer or spring theme. But with that, I do not have anything else to do on stream for you this evening. So we're going to call it a little bit of a short stream tonight, because I was not prepared, but also 9:30 is now really late for me. if you are painting in your free time, please share your projects with me on the Discord. I want to see them. I want to see all the cool, fun things y'all are painting. And I'm sure everybody else on the Discord would also love to see them. Oh, God. And let's see, what else? Next week, we will come back with our bits attached onto our spring season Syenann, and hopefully finish the spring one, and then we will move on to our probably summer. Maybe we'll do winter. I don't know. So after the spring, we have these two miniatures. I was gonna do this one for winter and this one for summer. So I think we might do. I don't know. We'll see. I'm torn on whether or not I want to do winter or summer first. I'm excited to paint winter. Versus the summer, because I feel like the summer is gonna feel a lot like fall, or not fall, spring. There it goes. So that's still a toss up. I'm not sure which one's which and which one we're gonna do. But aside from that, I hope you all have a wonderful Friday, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. New video up on the stream archive on YouTube going up tomorrow. And then the next one after that will go up on Tuesday. We are getting close to being caught up with the stream archive. So everything will be... Sounds good. Winter, I think, will be a great in-between. Once we are all caught up with all the stream archive, then videos will go onto the YouTube the week after they fall off of Twitch, or the day after they fall off of Twitch. So VODs are up on Twitch for 2 weeks right now. And then I think the way we're going to set it up is maybe the Monday. I don't know. I'll have to think on it a little bit more. But until then, I hope you all, again, have a wonderful Friday, have a wonderful weekend, and don't forget to keep it weird.